Happy Sunday morning. So, I'm obsessed with YouTube. I am obsessed with getting views. I'm obsessed with getting watch time, and we're going to get more into that as we go on. But for those of you that haven't been here before, I'm Chris Gambill. This is Gambill Data Engineering. This is my channel where I talk about the concepts, tutorials, and demos that help people become master data engineers. On Sunday mornings, we talk about my monetization journey. And what I learned this week, the things that I found that I was doing wrong so that you don't have to follow in the same footsteps, the things that I found that I am doing right and that are working for me so that you can take advantage of those as well. So, let's get into it this week. This week, I learned several things. One is SEO is super important. I've learned that I can use Gemini, which is Google's AI, to help with my SEO. I also have TubeBuddy and VidIQ, and there are a ton of tools out there, and we'll talk about those later on in the video, and I'll show you some examples of what each of them do, including mrbeast's new tool that he put out a couple weeks ago. But I'm obsessed with all these tools. I am a data engineer, and I love data, and so all of it's data, and I am hyper-focusing on it. So, important as content creators that we take a step back, that we keep in mind our own mental health. Mental health is super important, both in the tech field as well as for content creators. And it's important to take that step back and realize that the whole world does not revolve around creating YouTube videos and getting views and getting likes and getting comments. I love all those things, and I've had some comments this week, and I've been able to respond to them, and I've been super excited about that. And I've had some successes this week with doing some of the SEO stuff that we'll talk about. But I am constantly checking to see whether or not I've gotten views. And that's not healthy for anybody. It's not healthy for me. It's not healthy for the channel. It's too much. So, I'm going to pull back a little bit. I am going to restrict myself to checking it 3 times a day instead of 300 times a day. And going to practice some mindfulness. For those of you that don't know what mindfulness is, it is, I'll sum it up the best I understand it, but it's being in the moment and being mindful of what's going on around you and not being focused on things that have happened or things that are gonna happen or things that are happening outside of the scope of what you're doing right now. So I'm gonna start practicing some mindfulness, focus on what's in front of me, and the views will come, I think. So that's that. I'm gonna work on that this week. I would challenge each of you to also work on mindfulness this week. Practicing that is good for work-life balance, content creator life, work balance, and that's what I'm going to practice this week. So tell me in the comments below whether or not you've been able to practice mindfulness this week, and also, what challenges are you having with being focused and being in the moment and not allowing all those outside distractions to interfere with your family time. So, what else have I learned this week? Next piece that I want to talk about real quick is just a second mental health piece, and it is again about imposter syndrome. I talked about imposter syndrome early on when I started my YouTube channel, imposter syndrome in tech, and I'm experiencing definitely some imposter syndrome recently this week, both in my job as a data engineer. One of the days this week I had struggled with some things and was like, oh my gosh, and I overcame that, but I also struggled with it as a creator. I continue to struggle with it as a creator because I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm doing my best to learn a little bit more each week that I do this, and hopefully y'all can tell. So, imposter syndrome is an important piece to understand what it is and to identify it when you feel like, oh my god, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then you're like, wait a minute, I'm learning. Half of the other people out there on YouTube don't know what they're doing either. And I would say probably more, 70%. They're just winging it. They have learned over time, and they've gotten better with each video that they do. And that's the name of the game. So with imposter syndrome, one of the most important things that you could do is to create a community around that thing. Whether it be content creation, whether it be data engineering or tech, create a community that you could go to and talk about your challenges and talk about your opportunities and your successes. And you hear those same successes and opportunities and challenges from those other people so that you're not alone. And I promise you, with content creation, with data engineering, with tech, with whatever industry you're in, you are not alone in having moments or days or even weeks where you feel that you don't know what you're doing. Should you even be here? And you should. You bring value and uniqueness to whatever it is that you're doing, and continue to do it no matter what. No matter what everybody else tells you, no matter what especially no matter what you think on the inside. If you love it, if you enjoy it, continue to do it. Another thing that I learned this week is that I've been cutting out as many of the mistakes as I could catch out of my videos. And maybe that's a mistake. Maybe it's okay to make mistakes on camera. Maybe it shows my personality. Maybe it shows that I'm a human and not a robot and not AI. I watched a video this week on YouTube, of course, and the gentleman was talking about how it's okay to make mistakes. It shows that you're a person. It shows that you are human, and that it helps you to be more relatable. So it's okay to make mistakes on camera. It's okay to not edit every mistake out that you've made. Not to say that don't edit your big mistakes out. You know, if you fall down in the chair, maybe you do want to keep that. It might be comic relief. But if you missay something, and you missay a bunch of things, or you say stuff that is just flat out wrong, and you just missaid it, maybe you want to edit those out. But if you just stumble over a word, or if you do fall over a chair or trip, maybe you want to leave that in, depending on what your audience is, and they're going to be able to relate more to you. So it's okay to make mistakes on camera. It's okay to stumble over your words. So it's okay to make mistakes on camera. You're human just like everybody else. Hopefully. Okay, so next thing I learned is, this is something I learned from Gemini. Put your links, like your affiliate links and stuff, or links maybe related to your video, in your comments, not necessarily in your description. It might interfere with your SEO of your video if you put them in the description. So it gives a cleaner and more professional look to your description if you put them in the comments, and then in the comments they could click on the links. Also leads your audience to the comments, and they're already there. Maybe they could put a comment in there. If this did cause you to go to the comments, why don't you drop a comment while you're there for me? And let me know how I'm doing. Let me know what you think, and I'll take that feedback and run with it. So, put your links in a pinned comment. I talked a little bit earlier about all the different tools that are out there that you could use for SEO optimization and AI and analytics. And I'm going to list a handful here. I'll make them scroll on the screen here as well. So SocialBlade is new to me. I didn't know what it was until this past week. So that's new. mrbeast. I forget what his is called, but we'll take a look at it here in a minute. VidIQ. Of course, there's YouTube Studio, TubeBuddy, and then you can pull data from the YouTube API directly. I think actually that's probably going to be my next data engineer end-to-end project that I video of how to pull the data from the YouTube API, put it into a database, and you can do your own analytics for your own channel based on that information. At least I'm going to take a look at doing that. So that is the list of different tools that I've used personally. What tools have you used for your analytics and for tracking your channel growth? Drop those links in the comments below. I'd love to take a look at them. Again, I'm a data engineer. I'm a bit obsessed with the numbers of my channel. I am going to work on stepping away from that, but it doesn't mean that I don't enjoy a new tool that might help me understand my community my community better or my analytics better. So drop those comments. But without any further ado, let's jump into what some of those tools look like. All right, so let's take a look at these tools. We have here VidIQ. So VidIQ, you can do a bunch of things here. The free part gives you some analytics on other people's videos when you're in YouTube. There's a Chrome extension that you can install. The app itself has a bunch of different tools. You can generate new video ideas. Again, this is AI. You can create new topics. So you could start from an idea and it'll build out a framework for you as to how you should perform your video and even give you some suggested thumbnails. Personally, I tried to, early on I was using the suggested thumbnails, but over time I've gone to kind of my own style where I have a picture of myself. I've reused this same picture several times and I probably need to fix that, but I really like that picture of myself, so I've reused it a bunch. But a picture of myself, your text really big, and then a very high contrast background so that it's easy to see from a tiny picture what your video is about. So it'll give you that. It'll give the optimize tab gives you scores on your title and your thumbnail. This one's a short thumbnails are almost always going to be kind of low. Well, or they might not. It just depends on which one that gets captured when you do your thumbnail. But you'll see when you click on here, it'll give you some other suggested titles and those associated scores. Like I might go ahead and change this, right? Go ahead and change that. This one, I like my thumbnail, but you can hit here and generate thumbnails, and it'll generate some AI created thumbnails, and it'll give you actually some very specific feedback on the specific thumbnail that you've chosen as to why it's a topic match or why it has or doesn't have emotional triggers, so on and so forth. So you'll see here, gives me a different thumbnail. Here, it'll give me another different thumbnail. It takes a few seconds. Like I bet that one will score pretty high. 72, which is not great. But see, it's not me, right? It's not authentically me. So it's not something I'm going to use. I'm going to stick with this one. It'll even, when you get to the details, allow you could hit here and refine your description add excitement, add longer, make shorter, change the tone to different, tones, professional or witty or interesting. Be careful when you do that. It's going to completely delete anything that you've put in here. So if you want to keep anything in here, be sure you highlight it and copy it before you hit that OK button to refine. You'd hit regenerate, and it will give you some custom descriptions here, and you could use those. So yeah, so that's that. So we're going to hit publish because I changed my title, and it'll publish directly to YouTube. So you don't have to actually leave here in order to do any of that. You change your description, even change your tags. So you could add different tags. Again, it gives you a score based on the search volume and the current competition for that specific tag. So it's pretty neat. It gives you a lot of different numbers. If you're a numbers person, it gives you a lot of different options. And it'll do that for all the videos that you have out on your YouTube channel. It'll evaluate and give you some keywords based on what the top search terms are for your channel, and give you how many views and what the watch time is for those views. Like, I should probably add Azure Data Studio and Azure Projects and data engineering. And maybe not Darshil Pamar, because I don't know what that is. So probably should Google it, since it's a high rating keyword there. So different keywords that you'd use. If you click on outliers, you could filter this to different options, how many subscribers the channel has. Say I want to look at just channels that have less than maybe 5,000 subscribers, and I want to see the publishing date, maybe the last 6 months, and I want to see an outlier score greater than 25 and views greater than 201, and hit apply. And it'll give you some different things here. These don't really relate to my channel, so I'm going to put search videos in here for data engineering and hit search, and it'll give me some things that it thinks are data engineering. This one is consumer alert data parasites, can be related to data engineering. So this one I've not found a whole lot of use in. Seems kind of hit or miss. The ideas tab, I also don't really put a whole lot into. I've tried a couple of these. They've not really panned out well. I'm hoping that this improves as my channel continues to grow. There's a coach. There's an AI coach. If you have the Pro subscription, you could use the advanced chat. If you don't, then you could use the basic chat. The advanced chat, you could click on here and you could ask it to audit your channel, and it'll tell you what is going well and what maybe are some challenges in your channel, and what you could do to further increase the growth of your channel. So, and it'll always give you some encouragement at the end, telling you to keep up the great work, and don't hesitate to experiment. So here it's given me several pros. I don't know that having a strong male audience is necessarily a pro. It's not necessarily a con. I mean, it's listed as a pro because it says I have a clear demographic to target. And I suppose that's true. But it's important to me that there are women in tech as well, and women in data engineering as well. It's women in STEM is important. I have a daughter, and I hope that she goes into STEM sometime. High engagement on specific topics. So anyways, it'll give you some pros and cons for your channel and tell you where you need to focus on. competitors. If you put in some competitors here, it will show you how your channel's doing on a chart in comparison, and compare all the competitors that you put in here. There's an SEO tab. Again, it will suggest some tags for your videos. Sometimes, again, it's hit or miss. Like, I didn't talk about AWS Glue ETL jobs in this video, so I don't feel comfortable putting that as a tag and trying to draw somebody to my video for that search topic, but so I don't put it in there. And like Anakin edit, what does that have to do with data engineering? So drone trolling hood edition, I don't know what that is. Pretty sure that it doesn't have anything to do with data engineering. So hit or miss. Again, subscribers, it'll tell you who your subscribers are and what their top videos are, or top videos that your audience is watching, sorry. And then also the cool part about this one is it kind of gives you a bubble graph of when your audience is watching. So this is kind of cool. Might help to tell you when to post a video on what days. So definitely useful. This is one of the more useful tabs here. And then there's kind of a VidIQ college here that you go through and watch videos and learn. So VidIQ. TubeBuddy. I don't use the platform for TubeBuddy very much. I use the Chrome extension much more. And I'll show you all the Chrome extensions here in a moment. So there's some stuff here. I honestly haven't investigated this a whole lot. If you have, and you found this useful, tell me about what it is that you found useful from the actual website, and share with me, because I don't know. So ViewStats is the mrbeast thing that he created. You could put in your channel. If it doesn't have your channel, you could request for it to be added, and it takes maybe a week, and you'll be able to start seeing stats on your channel. So here we'll see that I started with, not started with, but a month ago on July 28th. It's a little bit more than a month ago, but on July 28th, I had 130 subscribers. I don't know where it's 30. Oh, 35 in the past 7 days, it says. That seems wrong. Today's the 10th, so 7 days ago would have been the 3rd. Definitely wrong, since I'm at 165. So I'm at 19 subscribers, not 35. I'm not sure where it's getting 35 from. So the math on this seems to be wrong. Again, this is new for him. It's the first time I've seen a number wrong. So interesting that that number was really wrong. Not sure about that. mrbeast, if you're watching, your app's wrong. All right. So SocialBlade. This is cool. This is new. I saw it from somebody else that posted something. It gives you a grade for your channel. I'm at a C+. The person that I had watched said that they started at a C-. So, and then they brought theirs up to a B-, and they were super excited about it, which is super exciting. This is kind of cool because it gives you kind of a ranking of where you're at within the channels that are on SocialBlade. Gives you your subscriber rank, video view rank, some rankings, gives you a grade. Subscribers for the last 30 days. I've gotten 82 subscribers over the last 30 days, which seems about right. Estimated monthly earnings once I do get on the YouTube partner program. So somewhere between $1 and $16 a month, which is not great, but that has a lot to do with my views. And as I get closer to 1,000 views, then that number would likely go up. 1,000 subscribers, that number would likely go up. Estimated yearly earnings right now is $12 to $188, so not great. But put your channel in there and see what it comes up with. I suspect your channel will be more if you have more subscribers. So it even gives you the total number of views by day, which is really cool. So you could see it increase or decrease as you go through there. You'll see I had a couple of days with no views, but some subscribers. I feel like on Wednesday, again, this seems a little off because I know that I didn't have any days with absolutely 0 views. So take some of these apps for what they are. Nothing's perfect. I give mrbeast crap because he's mrbeast and his stuff should be perfect before he launches it. Anyways, so it even tells you live how many views you have and how many subscribers you've gained. I had a great day here and here with 5 and 8. Yesterday was +2. I continue to average about 3 a day. I have for the past several weeks. Weekly average is 21. This week was 19, so about on par. I like this. It gives you some estimated earnings by day. Again, doesn't mean a whole lot to me until I'm part of the YouTube Partner Program. Won't get that until I have 4,000 watch hours in 365 days and 1,000 subscribers. But it's cool to look at. Tells you how many uploads. Anyways, I like this. This is neat. All right, so almost all of these have a Chrome extension that you could install, which that is just a application that gets installed that goes into Chrome and provides some extra visuals and extra tools in the website, in YouTube in this specific instance. And so here we see up top, this is one of the videos that I launched a couple weeks ago about how to install Python and how to install Python libraries. Again, you'll see my picture, really big text, image of Python and some code in the background. Maybe should change the far background to be a little bit more high contrast, but it looks neat. I thought it looked neat. Hopefully other people think it looks neat. Okay, so ViewStats will give you, just the basic. All of these pretty much give you the basic graph of how many views per hour. Show you, kind of neat. It shows you where maybe something got edited on the video. You'd even click on those and you could see that there's a title change here. I changed the title a few times. You can click here to see more video details and it'll take you back to the website and show you more details about the video. You could see that this specific video has gotten, it says 71 views. I think this one, again, these numbers from the ViewStats website don't seem to quite be right today. I don't know what's going on there. So anyways, the next one is the VidIQ one. You see it's first 7 days. We'll change it to first 21 days. Okay, 71. Now it matches. Okay, so first 28 days, 71. Engagement's 19.7%, which is not great. So I'm getting a lot of views, but I'm not getting a lot of engagement. Maybe they're skipping through to the parts that they want to see. It'll give you an overview where you started at. You do an overview of the channel and it'll show you how many subscribers and how many views you have, or whatever video. If you're on somebody else's video, then it'll show you the stats for their channel, which is really neat. Even you could do the AI coach here, which again is that chat that I showed you. So it'll even give you some, again, some title suggestions if you want to change the title. The last one is TubeBuddy. I like the TubeBuddy one because it gives you ranked tags. There's 0 on this one, but if there are ranked tags here, you could hover over this and it'll give you the tags that are ranked and what place that you rank in when that search term gets entered in. So that's really cool. It'll tell you for any socials that you've shared this on, how many likes are out there. So I'm getting a handful of likes for this video on social. They just need to come and take a look at it and watch the whole thing for me. Or for them. I mean, hopefully they get something out of it. But, and it'll give you some additional tags that you may want to add to the video. It will give you some tags that are already on the video. Yeah. So those are all the different tools. Hopefully you're already familiar with YouTube Studio. If you're not, and you want me to do a full analysis of walking through all the different things on YouTube Studio, because I've spent a lot of time in it, comment down below and let me know, hey, that's something I want to see. So, and I'll do it. But that's everything for this week. Let's take a really quick look at my analytics for the last 7 days. We're going to change this to last 7 days. You'll see that I have 1,000 views, and that's up 203% over last week. Last week was about 500 views. So I did do a short that did have 500 views, so that bumped it up. My watch time is up 147% over last week. Some of that is the short, but a lot of that is honestly long form videos. I did gain about 10 hours towards my YouTube partner program this week. So that's super exciting. Again, 19 subscribers, which is down about 10% over last week, because again, my average is about 21 a week. But still, jumped up to 165. I'm up over 150 this week, which I am super excited about. And that means that we're growing our community, right? I'm getting more comments about, hey, can you help me with this? Or hey, can you help me with that? I'm getting more answers when I put out my quizzes in my community tab. So super cool. I'm excited that the community is continuing to grow, and I hope that it continues to grow. I hope that people are getting something out of it. I hope you got something out of today. If you want to take a look at my other monetization videos, be sure to check out these. If you want to take a look at getting into data engineering and some of the data engineering concepts, be sure to check out these. And if you want to like and subscribe, click the buttons. Be sure to hit that bell icon to stay up to date. Have a great day.